So we have a new poll out on the issue of war with Iran. This is a poll done by Harris X. So seek a negotiated solution, 49%. Do nothing, 9%. Respond with a limited military strike, 19%. Declare war on Iran, 5%. Unsure, 19%. So let's do the math on that. This is always risky for somebody like me to do math on air because I'm an idiot and I suck at math. So the only militaristic options are respond with a limited military strike and declare war on Iran. By the way, I would argue those are literally the same thing. A limited military strike is still an act of war. But let's do the math on that. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So that's 24. What's 100 minus 24 is 76. So 76% of the American people say, do not do a military strike, do not use a military option. And a plurality say, let's seek a negotiated solution. So, yeah, it's almost like everything we've been saying about the issue of war since the beginning of this show existing is correct. That the default reaction from people is to view war and military force as a last resort option to defend the nation from some sort of imminent attack. And the way that we actually use the military is not that at all in today's day and age. We use it like we are the world police, and of course we use it as well for nefarious reasons. We use it for geopolitical power reasons and for jacking natural resources. That's obvious to anybody who knows the history of U.S. foreign policy post-World War II specifically. But the default take of most Americans is non-intervention. And this is while being bombarded with nonstop propaganda as well. That's another important point, is that they're being just pelted left and right with propaganda about, oh my God, Iran, they're aggressive. They're the number one state sponsor of terror. How many times have you heard that? About a zillion. They're the number one state sponsor. No, Saudi Arabia, who's our top ally, is the number one state sponsor of terror. Iran is the number one state sponsor of terror. Iran is the number one state sponsor of terror. Iran is the number one state sponsor of terror. Even given all this propaganda, people go, let's not do a military strike. The propaganda is not working anymore, man, because people in the age of the internet, it's just not getting through. The same thing with Medicare for All. I mean, they've tried so hard. They've smeared Medicare for All 14 ways to Sunday, man. Just nonstop smearing it, acting like, there are going to be death panels and your grandma's going to die and there's going to be wait lines and it's going to be terrible and we have the best healthcare in the world, even though we don't. What is it, 37th according to the World Health Organization, but according to the Commonwealth Fund, out of 11 developed nations, we are number 11, dead last. I mean, all the propaganda is now falling on deaf ears and people are going, I don't think any of that's true. So that's definitely something to celebrate. And I don't know, maybe, just maybe, the reason why Trump pulled back at the very last minute when it comes to Iran is because of this. Maybe he thought, the numbers are going to be way against me. And if that's the case, hey man, more power to him, more credit to him, because I don't give a fuck what his reasoning is to come to the right position, as long as he comes to the right position. But, if he actually believes that what he did is correct, the let's not go to war, well, then you got to fire John Bolton, you got to fire Mike Pompeo, and you got to fire Gina Haspel. You surrounded yourselves with the most hawkish, bloodthirsty neocons on the planet, and then you're surprised when they try to push you into war every 3 seconds. So, just get rid of them, man. What the fuck are you doing? Just get rid of John Bolton. Get rid of all these clowns.